Chronicle made this bag as a special Comic-Con giveaway to my book, the Ramayana, Divine Loophole. And what's cool about this illustration is that it shows the monkeys and the bears that Rama sort of befriends to fight the demons and their army, which are depicted. Ta-da! Demons. So the demons have weapons and armor, and they're tough to beat. But Rama's crew has good Rama juju on their side, and so they're gonna kick butt. And so they write Rama's name on these stones, and they make a big bridge out of these stones to cross this cross the ocean to get to Sri Lanka, where this guy, Ravana, the 10-headed demon king, is kidnapped Sita and holding her prisoner. And the other side shows Rama, again, Vishnu's avatar, to come back to Earth and kick Ravana's butt. So, that's what I got. What kind of questions you got?
How did this book come about?
It came about because I did my first book, which is called The Little Book of Hindu Deities, which is sort of an encyclopedia of the pantheon of Hindu deities. Really quick, simple explanations. And then after that, I did a little bit of research on the Ramayana, and I got really interested in the story after I finally read a good translation. And I thought, as I was starting to read this translation, I just fell in love with it. It was something that I grew up with, but I never understood until I finally read it. And then, like I said, once I did finally read a translation, I just knew that I was going to spend a long time trying to illustrate this, and I was just really dedicated to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any advice to aspiring artists?
I think there's so many different things you could say to an artist, but for me, finding those things that you fall in love with, it could be really absurd, but whatever it is, just follow through with it. I think it's really important that people sort of start projects and they give up on it. So whatever it is, no matter how harebrained it is, A, show it to other people to kind of get feedback, and then B, try to finish it. Because I feel only until you finish things can you really start moving ahead and really sort of maturing as an artist.
So what inspired you to get into the art that you're doing, or maybe these books? What inspired you to do your book?
Yeah.
Any particular artists or?
Yeah, of course. People are they see this stuff and they're oh, it's so original. When it's really not. In fact, I feel there's, if you look at this, it's I was heavily influenced by the mid-century artist Charlie Harper. He's a modernist. He painted all this a lot of birds, a lot of wildlife. And then you could also you could see a heavy influence from Disney animation and sort of the flat graphics from the 40s and the 50s. And so I feel I'm very much standing upon the shoulders of all these other great artists that have come before me. And I feel the only thing that's different and maybe unique about it is that I'm sort of marrying all this sort of Western, sort of pop culture sort of graphics with, Eastern spirituality, which is absolutely something that's out of my past and out of my background. My parents were absolutely Hindu, and so growing up with that, never found a way to sort of merge the two, and it's been really neat to find these books and sort of use them as a vehicle to sort of marry my love for animation and 2D graphics with sort of Indian mythology and Indian spirituality of my upbringing. So, yeah.
Cool. Any new projects upcoming that you can talk about?
I'm working on a new book with my editor, Emily Haynes, and it's all about Ganesha, and that's all I'm going to say for now.
Awesome. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And good luck.